Yeah, hey everyone, thanks for coming today. Quick intro about myself. My name is Mike, and I'm leading DevRel for Solana Mobile. And today's talk is just a quick overview of what Solana dApp Store uh, looks like as a developer and distribution platform if you're building an app. So first quick thing to cover. What is Solana Mobile and what do we do? So our mission is we believe mobile is important and we need to bring crypto onto mobile. If we want to bring mass adoption to crypto, there needs to be a path forward in the mobile space. But kind of the current problem is that Apple and Google right now are the gatekeepers and they're the incumbents and they're hostile to crypto. I've talked to so many apps that have had basically spent months, even years, building a mobile app just to get blocked at the app review stage, trying to publish to the App Store. And this has really been hurting innovation across all of crypto, not just in Solana. So that's where we come in. Our flagship product is the Solana Seeker, and it's a crypto smartphone. There's two reasons why it's a crypto smartphone. First is we have the default wallet. You can think of it like a hardware wallet that's built into the phone. And basically developers get this really nice Apple Pay signing API that's available to any app on this phone, where a bottom sheet comes out. Here's like a demo on Jupyter. A bottom sheet pops up from the user. The user sees the transaction details, and then they can click approve and scan a fingerprint with their thumb. And then that kind of signs the transaction and submits it to the network. And we think this is a really awesome enabling experience for a lot of use cases in mobile. So that's kind of the first part, is this crypto wallet, hardware wallet built into the phone. And the second is the Solana dApp Store. So what the dApp Store is, it's a crypto-friendly app store that's on every single Seeker device. And it has a crypto-friendly publisher policy. So if you have crypto features built into your app, you don't have to worry about that being a reason for an app rejection. And we also don't have a in-app purchase tax, right? And a quick overview of the ecosystem. We have over 100K Seekers shipped around the world to users around the world. We have over 800 plus apps published. And I think these numbers are from a couple months ago, but we had over $100 million in the Seeker economy flowing around using throughout the apps in our app store. So the Solana dApp Store, if you're a developer building an app, the dApp Store should feel like prime real estate because you're competing with a much smaller pool of apps to a much higher signal group of users. Right? We have 100,000 users, and these users are power users of crypto. They understand, how a wallet works. They understand how transaction signing works, and they're really eager to spend their money and spend their crypto on the App Store. So talking about how does a launch on the dApp Store usually go? And there's kind of two parts. So one is building a successful app that our users will like, and then two, the actual launch. So the apps that we see do really well are apps that really take advantage of being on the mobile platform, and they're built mobile first, not just kind of a web app that's ported over to the mobile platform. Yeah, so like this is kind of like our current mobile Web3 experience, right? It's like you open up your crypto wallet, you go on the browser, and you type in Jupyter or some DeFi website, and then you're basically experiencing crypto mobile through just a squished desktop browser screen. The really strong apps on our app store, they take advantage of mobile native features. So that's things like push notice, things like the camera, the hardware sensors, and just taking advantage of mobile UX patterns, things like swipe gestures, widgets, like cool little home screen widgets, lock screen widgets, things like that. And these are generally what we see in successful apps. And the second part is we as Solana Mobile, we do our best to kind of help the developers that are on our platform. We want to see you guys succeed, and because we want the best experiences delivered to our users, right? If you're building a really strong app that we think our users will like, we'll do our best to get it in front of all of our users. And we do that in a lot of ways. So we have social amplification. So we'll always try to help retweet and amplify new apps, updates, or new features that you guys push out. We also have this carousel here, which is kind of like the first thing people see when they open up the dApp Store, and this gets the most the most visibility. Usually the first week you'll get about 10,000 users if you're on the carousel. And we also have a second carousel kind of under the fold here that gets a lot of visibility as well. So basically the idea is the dApp store is a really valuable place if you're trying to get your first 10,000, 5,000, 20,000 users, right? And just grow that user base with an audience that already understands crypto and is really willing to try your app. I forgot a slide here, but there's basically, we've had a lot of apps launch, like Moonwalk Fitness, Parina, CFL.fun, just a bunch of these apps that came out of hackathons. Some of them are established teams. Some of them are kind of like Web 2 focused teams. And they've all hit 10,000 users in a very short amount of time just from launching on the dApp store. And I think it's a really underrated opportunity, especially in the bear market now. If you're looking for users, it's a really good place to grow. So talking about the development side, one thing I want to make clear is that you don't actually need a Seeker to start building for the dApp store. Seeker's an Android device, and we just take Android. The dApp store takes Android apps. So you can start developing on any Android device or even an emulator. So you don't even need an Android phone. And yeah, all our SDKs, all that wallet connection, we provide developer tooling that you can install on any Android device to basically simulate the behavior and correctness across devices. Yeah, so first step, build an Android app. And this is kind of we have like a mock wallet that you can install you can clone from GitHub and just install into your emulator, and you can get that bottom sheet signing experience just to see what it looks like. And one thing I want to also make clear, I know like building mobile is pretty hard. It's a whole different skill set. Maybe you're using React Native, maybe you're using Kotlin, and a lot of people start on the web first. And we actually recognize that, and we actually have a path for web apps to get onto the App Store. So the idea is you can first create a PWA, which is essentially just a web app that's optimized for the mobile viewing experience, and you can convert it into an Android APK. This is like a two CLI command process. It's really easy. And then once you get the APK, you can publish onto the dApp Store, just like a normal Android app. And it's possible for a PWA app to still be really good and feel like a mobile native experience. You just kind of have to put in a little more effort and build with a mobile first mindset. So this is a team called CFL. They are kind of like a trading mini game and prediction app. And they're actually a fully PWA app. This is a web app you're seeing, but they really took the time to cultivate it into a mobile experience. So that's why it looks really nice. And most people don't even realize they're on a PWA when they're using the app. And yeah, so the way to actually publish is we have a publishing portal. You just sign up your account, and just add in a form, upload your APK, upload your images, and the last step is an app review. That goes to our app review team, where we do a QA check, we do some metadata verification, we do a review and rejection process, and then your app will go live on the App Store. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the whole pitch. The dApp Store is a really awesome place to grow your app if you're looking for your first set of users from crypto power users. There are a couple of opportunities I want to shout out. So first, this QR code just has some resources. It's a one-pager to our docs site, and we also have a grants program that we're taking for if you have an app idea that you think would do really well on the App Store, or some mobile development tooling. We have grants for that. And the last thing is we actually have a whole bunch of seekers with us today. I don't have it on me right now, but if you add my colleague on Telegram here, we can try to get you some development seekers if you explain to us the app you're building. And yeah, it'll be a lot easier to develop with a seeker in hand, so you can see the dApp Store, you can see how the signing experience really works real time. Okay, cool. That's everything I had today.